Well, Joe, Sean Dyche versus Kieran McKenna, two different style of play. How are you feeling going into this game? What game are we expecting, and your prediction, my friend?
Yeah, Everton and the Dyche don't tend to have a lot of possession. They tend to be pretty happy to let teams come onto them. And what they will normally do is they will try and basically pack out the middle of the pitch, force the opposition to go out wide, and then they're normally pretty effective at dealing with balls into the box, like Branthwaite, if he's playing Tarkowski. That plan's kind of fallen down a little bit this season because they haven't had Branthwaite and they haven't really had any of their first choice fullbacks. And they've had holes in centre midfield as well. There really have been issues. There are a number of kind of injury issues and doubts going into this game as well. Mikolenko, the left back, Branthwaite, centre back. They're on the verge of returning. It's just whether or not Dyche is going to see this as a game too early for them. If they play, it's a very different side to if they don't play. But Everton aren't going to seek to come to Portman Road, dominate the ball, stifle a home crowd or anything like that. They will probably concede that and hope that they can deal with everything that Ipswich have to throw at them, and then hope that when it comes to the moments in games, they come out on top, which is obviously, it can be a difficult watch at times, and it's a risky strategy because if you do that against teams like Aston Villa and Brighton with the money that they spent over the summer, chances are they've got more players that are more capable of those moments of magic, and they produce more of them in the games. And if it becomes a slugfest, you end up losing it. But Everton will probably be tough tomorrow. They'd be daft if they're not targeting this as a game that they can try and take points from. And it's in this type of game where if Ipswich try to play football against them, they might come stuck a little bit. This is the type of game that Dyche probably likes, to almost draw Ipswich into a trap, and then, as I say, hope he can win the game in the big moments. He's most effective when he can try and design an ugly win, and he's quite good at that. So that's what he will be hoping he can achieve tomorrow.
What do you reckon? Do you think they will? Obviously, Town are still looking for their first win of the season. Everton are obviously 3 unbeaten going into this one. International break, you never know what sort of team you're going to get.
I think it's going to be it's a tough one to call because, as I say, Everton have been vulnerable this season. They've conceded a lot of goals, and they've kind of been psychologically, they've lost the resilience that underpinned their success last season. So they're far more fragile than they were for the full season last year under Sean Dyche. So they can be got at. And some of that's personnel. If Jared Branthwaite's on that starting lineup tomorrow, I'm far more confident about what Everton can achieve tomorrow. If he's not, then my expectations will diminish just because of how much of an impact he can have on how Everton play. So, I think it's going to be a really tough one for both sides because of that pressure. Both of them really need to find 3 points from somewhere, don't they? Everton have struggled on that this season. As I say, their performances haven't been very good, even with the 3 games that they've been unbeaten going into this. Last half an hour against Leicester could so easily have gone on to lose that game. Palace 1-0 down at half-time. First half was probably the worst half of football they played this season. Newcastle, Jordan Pickford saves a penalty in the first half. If that goes in, obviously it's a different game again. So, what my hope is that this international break's come at a good time to kind of get a few players a little bit fresher. And what I'm hoping is there's an acknowledgement at Finch Farm over some of the issues that they can deal with on the training ground, defending set pieces being one of them, working out how to attack more effectively and coherently another. Hopefully they have actually spent a little bit of time focusing on that.
Okay, we shall wait and see. Joe, I know this is your first visit to Portman Road, so I'm sure you're looking forward to it. Hopefully it's not a goalless draw. As you said, maybe Sean Dyche will stifle Town. It will just be a goalless draw. Hopefully not. But yeah, I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I really am. It's the only ground in the Premier League this season that I've not been to. Really looking forward to, it's going to be a hell of a long journey making it across on Friday afternoon. So that means I'll have Friday night in Ipswich and Saturday morning as well. So yeah, looking forward to checking out a new place. Ground looks phenomenal. Really like these kind of old school places, rather than the some of the newer stadiums that you get on the edges of towns and cities and things like that. It feels like it's got a real character, which I think will all make it far tougher for Everton when they get down there and the players. But from an experience point of view, I'm really looking forward to it. Ipswich, fantastic club, historic club. And a long journey to tick off another ground off the list I'm really looking forward to.